I want you to hit me as hard as you can. What?
Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday. It's Versus. What's going on? The box office is collapsing. A lot happening today. We will talk about it on the show. Plus your comments, questions, our regulars, some new regulars, some new folks popping in. Let's get things started. Let's start the show. It's a Monday. A victorious Monday, maybe for some, and not so much others. Let's go. Let's start the show. Hey, welcome everyone. What's going on?
Hey.
Yo.
Quick. I just want to say there's a big parade in downtown LA right now.
Can you hear it?
I can hear it from where I live in Pasadena because it's only
I have
10
to drive
minutes.
through that to get to the screening tonight.
Yeah, it's crazy. So congrats to the Dodgers, and also the Blue Jays did an amazing job. They have nothing to be ashamed about. It could have gone either way. I mean, holy cow, from that game that went 18 innings to game 7 going to extra innings. One of the greatest World Series I've ever seen. So
No, it would only have been the greatest if the Jays won. You're not getting it.
For you, I know, but I was
Hoffman was 1 out away. 1 out.
It was
fucking out.
If you wrote it as a movie, people would say this would never happen. Like it's as a movie, it's unbelievable.
The only thing that I would say to it is that there have been one lackluster World Series after another over the last few years, and this one might have been the most electric in a decade. So, and that I think is good for baseball. I think the fact that under normal conditions, I don't think Americans would be that interested in quote unquote a Canadian team, although your Japanese staff beat our Dominicans.
Right.
But I did the one thing I think was amazing is that I think a lot of Americans were tired of the same crew coming being in the World Series over and over again. And I think it was refreshing to have the Blue Jays in there, and Americans came to watch it. I believe it's one of the best rated World Series in a long time.
In a long time, yes.
Yeah.
So, anyways, from that perspective, I think it was good for baseball, and two very different teams. And it's the vagaries of baseball. Baseball is not a momentum sport.
Yeah, well, it reminded me why I love like sports movies, even because it was so dramatic. And I saw a video of the Blue Jays, people coming out of the stadium in Toronto, and they were really nice fans. I mean, they interviewed people. They were like, "Hey, it was silent. It was sad, but they weren't sore losers for sure. They were very polite."
Well, I mean, if they hold the team together, it'll be very similar to the team we had 32 years ago, where we actually got to the World Series, lost, and then won 2. So right. maybe that's the process. You need to go through this trial by fire. But I mean, I think it's really nice that we poked holes into the mighty LA Dodgers. I mean, we flamed them in ways the previous 2 teams that you were up against could not. So, and that was unexpected. I didn't think Toronto was going to win a single game.
Well, coming back to Toronto too, I think the Dodgers were done going back to Toronto.
I was hoping
win 2 games in Toronto. Hey, we talk about movies here on Versus. We should maybe get to that. Sorry, folks.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, you started it.
Everyone introduce themselves. We'll go around the horn. Here we go.
Hey, I'm Nerd Cookies here on YouTube. I chat about sci-fi, fantasy, stuff and glad to be here. Let's go.
If you want to talk about baseball, we can talk about The Rookie and Sandlot and all the fun movies about it. Because other than that, congratulations. I'm glad the
Slapshot.
game was fun. Yeah, there you go. Slapshot. Angry Batty. Let's go. Yeah.
Dante from Verbal Riot, and I'm here to talk about boobs and blackface.
Yeah, you're fresh out of blackface.
Yay.
Steph, my nerdy home. I'm interested in boobs and blackface as well. So let's get talking.
Sometimes at the same time.
Will Toronto win the World Series? No.
Decidedly not.
Yes, decidedly not. That's correct.
Great. Well,
By the way, I went to Spirit Halloween. I have next year's Halloween costume.
oh,
and
right. You got a discount on it.
Yeah.
I can't wait. All right. Let's say hi to new members here. Hatanshi Prajapti. Hey, thank you for being a member. MT78. Shauna Smith. Ghost Oscillate. Thank you for being a member. And a couple quick soups here. Connor Dorian, Charlie Manx for 5. Chris, what do you think of the second episode of It Welcome to Derry? Did not see it.
It was
Watching
good.
I'll be watching it tonight, and but thank you for that. Press M to start. Godzilla -0, Chris. Godzilla -0. Thank you, Press M, for that. And let's get right to it and talk about the box office. Alan, you've got the numbers.
Yeah.
Give it to me. How do we do this weekend?
Yeah. If I could hit the right icon.
There you go. I trust you.
I hate new StreamYard.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, leaping to number 1 after a week off is Black Phone 2. The Colleen Hoover drama that everyone loves. Regretting You is at number 2. Chainsaw Man falls to 3. Bugonia is up 575% over the previous week.
It opened wide.
Yeah, I know. Back to Future comes in at adding 4.7 million to its already $220 million box office total. Springsteen is still hot. Tron seems to be hanging in there right above Stitchhead from Luxembourg and Good Fortune, because we all love Seth Rogen.
Well, there you go.
Great.
There you go.
Now the Back to the Future number is not adjusted for inflation. It's
Well, the
piling onto its
cumulative
previous.
is
It's piled onto its last previous total.
That was a great experience watching that. I suggest everyone, if you ever get the chance, that's a perfect movie.
Absolutely.
Yes, I did see it in IMAX. Got to watch it with my daughter. Loved it. It was so much fun seeing on the big screen. That was her first time seeing it on the big screen.
Mine too. Some of the dialogue and the music that you could hear that you can't really hear on DVDs. It's like so much clearer. You're like, man, there's not a wasted bit of dialogue or anything. Everything sets up or connects to something else.
Yeah,
now
Lifetime's on the big screen when it first came out.
Whoa.
Well, I
show off.
and they've announced that other films, The Shining is coming to IMAX. I think you're going to see the top 10 have 1 or 2 classic films almost every week. Because this is, I mean, Begonia, look, it's an indie movie. It's small. It opened wide. It was only in, I think, a few theaters last week. Now it's opened wide. What do you take away from this? And by the way, this is the worst October. I think it is, in 20 years in terms of box office?
Yeah,
Not
box
including
office
COVID
is
year.
worse. Yeah, I'm sorry. I would just say box office is worse now than it was during the strike.
Right. So what do you guys take away from this? Just any comments on box office?
I mean, this is the worst October, not including COVID year. So that tells me that people are either outpriced to go to the movies, like it's just way too expensive right now, and people are picking and choosing what to go and watch, and really relying on reviews, movie reviewers, people that they trust, word of mouth, in order to go and spend all of that money to go and see a movie. Or people are just completely checked out of Hollywood. They're tired of Hollywood. They don't want to be preached to. They're tired of all the wokeness in the movies. So, or a combination of both.
It's all of it.
Theaters are
And
really
like
hurting right
10 more things.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is there's not a single event movie on this list.
Yeah.
Maybe
Tron could have
Chainsaw
been
Man.
one if they
That's
wanted
true.
it to be good.
Mortal Kombat should not have switched. I know they think they're a summer blockbuster, but they should have gone when they had all the goodwill and want, and they would
I
have been
agree.
cleaning up right now.
I agree.
Yeah. Just
I mean,
'cause there's
people
not
have
much
to
out
have
there.
a reasonable expectation if they're going to spend the money on going to theaters. They want to make sure that they're going to have a good time. They want to have that reasonable expectation that it will be worth the price of admission. And it just hasn't been a strong showing. And theaters are having to adapt. They're bringing back the classics. They're hosting like special events, and they're doing those concert movies, which are doing great now. I'm hoping that Oasis documentary will be shown in theaters. That would be huge for theaters. They have to start thinking outside the box if they're going to survive, because Hollywood studios don't care about them.
Well,
It's funny
they'll-
what you just said. I went to a Sinners screening yesterday. Ryan Coogler was there for Q&A, and he talked about, the kind of movie he makes, or the responsibility that is the audience. And he goes on and he says that, you're paying $20 a ticket. You're going out getting dinner. You're probably paying a babysitter to take care of the kids. So when you come to see my movie, I want to make good on the commitment you made to me to buy tickets to see the film. And that was his whole mentality in terms of how he made Sinners, why he made Sinners, and how he makes movies overall.
Yeah.
It's for the audience. That's the point.
I mean, I still think we have to look at the elephant in the room, though. At the end of the day, man, no matter how good movies are right now, even if they drop the price to say even $15, which is still pretty high, but whatever, we still got to deal with the fact that streaming is what's killing theaters, man. It's like there's no reason to leave your home when you can just wait to watch a movie, man. And then, now that I'm not living in California anymore, and I see what the weather's like in other places, leaving your house isn't like just this willy-nilly thing, man. Like,
You mean you have weather now? You actually have the elements?
Yeah. Like it's fucking freezing. So like it's like just like leaving your house, going out in the cold to go watch a bad movie. Oh hell no.
You do need a reason to leave your house. Like, there because streaming is so big, and you can wait like maybe a month, 2 months, depending on how long the movie is in theaters. You can just wait for it to be at home, and if you want to pay $20 to watch it, or 25, or however much it is. That would still be cheaper than going to the movies, especially like with your family, So waiting for, I don't know, like Snow White to come to streaming or something and paying like $25 to watch it is a lot cheaper than going and watching it with your family, paying for all the snacks. It's still way cheaper. So yeah, streaming is playing a huge part, and studios keeping their movies in theaters for like maybe a month and a half. That's really hurting them, or 90 days or however long. That's really hurting them.
And oddly enough, Apple just now put F1 on their streaming service. Like, considering it's a streaming service, they kept it in theaters for a long time, and they re-released it in IMAX. Like, that's and it was an amazing movie, and it was meant to be seen on the big screen. So they made sure that released it in summertime. It was a great summer film, and they let it stay in theaters. It was great. I saw it multiple times.
Yeah, they
Demon
said
Slayer.
that they kept it in theaters because people kept watching it.
I think December it's coming out to their streaming service on Apple in December. So like, that's what it used to be. Like, they let it wait for maybe an entire season, a couple months, or the whole summer, and then they would like release it. But yeah, it's
even
Warner
after
Brothers
that,
are doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, even after that, after it left like regular theaters, it would go into a dollar theater.
Right.
And then it would go into, so it was still at a theater. It was just at a lower price theater. And then you wait a little while and it comes on DVD or Blu-ray. And then you wait a little while and it's available on your TV. But streaming is a way to like skip all of that. You can just buy it and own it.
Or not even. If you release it on streaming, it's going to be pirated. You have a high def version. It just is what it is. Doom Part 2 was on the internet like weeks after its release. It was on Twitter, high def version.
I was watching it when it went down.
Unless you do what a Crunchyroll did, where they're like, I know you like Demon Slayer, but we're not going to release it. So if you want to see it, you have to see it on streaming, because we're not going to be released, or you have to see it in the theaters because we're not going to put it out on the app until next year, forcing people to go essentially. But they broke when people blame COVID, they're right in the sense that COVID showed all of us we don't really need to go to the movies. We all got really nice big TVs and sound systems, and so it has to be worth it. And then they broke it by just having people aren't willing to take a chance on a movie anymore for all those aforementioned reasons.
Well, I mean, I think that's the rule. It doesn't take much to get you to not see a movie in a theater.
Because it will be out in a month. I would have paid for Frankenstein.
Yeah,
not at my theater.
You need a reason to go to a theater now to see a movie.
Well, I was lucky as a kid. I lived really close to they called it a second run theater. They never had new movies. They always had movies that were out for a month and they were second run. It was a dollar theater, the Berkeley Theater. It was like 3 blocks from my house. I'd either ride my bike or walk there as a kid. And I saw Jaws 5 times, Star Wars 7 times. I would just go, I want to go see a movie. I'd walk and I'd go see it. So I feel very lucky, but the model, the streaming broke the model. Big tech broke the model, which is the model being broken is breaking Hollywood in big ways. So
yeah, the biggest mistake is leaning into streaming because they've essentially trained the audience to just wait until it's on streaming.
They can untrain them. They can say, you talked about F1, which was popular, and that's why it stayed in the theaters.
Right.
They won't do this, but there's nothing stopping them from having a movie in a theater, let it run its course. Let's say it was only a month. And then don't show it for 3 months on streaming. Like just, it's gone. And then 3 months later, it shows up on streaming. Don't just train people that automatically it's going to show.
But they want that money now.
No,
they
I
want
know
it
that.
now. Superman's going up right now.
But they're
There's
not
only
really making money on streaming.
Yeah.
There's only one studio holding to the 3-month window, and that's Disney.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm talking, but I'm talking about it has to go away from everything to give it a little bit of lack. And yes, price is huge because I have a second run theater here in Burlington, and I'd rather go see the movies there than pay $20 for a theater and for a movie. And we've come to the point where if you've got a choice between what is ostensibly an inexpensive movie and a blockbuster that obviously they've lavished $200+ million on, and it's a $20 movie, you're not going to pay $20 for the cheap movie because it's a cheap movie. Why would I pay $20 for a cheap movie? I'd rather take the risk and watch the lavish tentpole production. It's unfair, which is why I think movies should be a percentage of what their production budget was. And me being a comedian whoer, at one point Hollywood was almost 25% Hollywood comedies every year. 25% of their output was comedy.
Can't do comedies. Sorry, too
no,
offensive.
we have to get back to them. Have to.
All I can say is
Naked Gun did good, right?
What's that?
What?
Did the Naked Gun do well?
No,
it did okay.
No, it's on Paramount Plus right now.
Yeah,
but
but it's not
all I
very
can say
good.
is Fackham Hall.
Yeah.
That
Fackham
looks
Hall.
good.
Fackham Hall.
You know what else is actually hurting Hollywood? Politics. And Jennifer Lawrence had some really interesting things to say.
I like her.
Here. Let me share this. It's a quick clip. And I think some people are waking up. Some actors are waking up to that. Maybe there's a time to remain silent. Here we go. I'll get the audio up on this.
It's not a bad idea.
What do you mean?
A revolution.
You have been politically outspoken in the past. In the first Trump administration, you had a lot to say. I'm curious how you feel about talking out now.
I don't really know if I should. I think like the first Trump administration was so wild, and just how can we let this stand? Like I felt like I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But as we've learned, election after election, celebrities do not make a difference whatsoever on who people vote for.
Wow.
What?
Wow. Add an exclamation point to that. That is crazy to say out loud. She has a bit more to say, and we'll comment on it.
And so then what am I doing? I'm just sharing my opinion on something that's going to just add fuel to a fire that's ripping the country apart. I mean, we are so divided. I think I'm in a complicated recalibration because I'm also an artist, and with this temperature and the way that things can turn out, I don't want to start turning people off to films and to art that could change consciousness or change the world because they don't like my political opinions. I want to protect my craft so that you can still get lost in what
8 years removed.
What I'm doing, what I'm showing. And if I can't say something that's going to speak to some kind of peace or lowering the temperature or some sort of solution, I just don't want, I don't want to be a part of the problem. I don't want to make the problem worse.
So there you go. What do you guys?
But is she full of craft?
Yeah, she's very full of craft. This is the opposite of Matthew Lillard saying "fuck ICE." This is like, please still hire me. I won't pull a Rachel Zegler.
Exactly. She wants people to still be able to separate the art from the artist. She doesn't want the muddied waters.
We are so beyond that. We are fucking Louisiana murky mud water right now. People watch the trailer, see Mark Ruffalo, and check out.
Lillard's a hippie.
Listen,
I do respect her for her.
Ill of the first woman action hero. Okay, I will not have it. It will not.
Right.
No, I respect it, man. It's like, look, she's looking out for her bag. Okay. She's
But
looking
it's so
out for
fucking
her.
late, Dante. This is like when Bill Maher says some shit that we've been saying like 5 years ago. So, I'm glad you've decided
late
to have
than
some-
never.
Yeah, but people are allowed to change.
I get it.
They're in a bubble though too. Like
We ha-
maybe
we
it
have
has
to get-
taken her this long to see.
We have to give people a chance to change. Like we have to give them that. Like, I mean, not everybody.
I agree.
You know, dude, I used to be on the left, right? I mean, Chris used to be on the left. It's like people used to be on the left. And
but Dante, is this
Alan-
change? Is
but-
this change, or is this her realizing that her words don't have power, and so she might as well stop talking? But if she still had power, she'd still be saying.
Okay,
it.
but here's the thing: even though
Because it might hurt her brand.
Badger, even though she has the
Yeah.
self-awareness to just
Yeah.
to just protect her paycheck,
That's true.
right? At least give her that. I mean, she at least
I will
knows,
give
hey,
her that.
Maybe
Yes.
I should shut up so people will come watch my movies, right? Like, I'll just give her that much.
Well, and she was asked this question specifically, and that's another thing too. The media wants to stir up
Yeah.
this sort
any
because
clip.
that's what gets clicks. That's what stirs up controversy, gets clicks, and that's why was the one field reporter from Variety. That's all he does.
Mark Malkin.
Is try to stir up to get a headline, to get a click. And so she was asked a very pointed, and I actually think her response was like towards the end there was kind of very thoughtful and she wants if it's sincere, which I don't know, she's an actress. She's
Right.
paid to do that. But it sounded sincere. I don't know that she wants to protect, and I admire that part, that if she doesn't want people to not see her movie because of something of an opinion that she holds. And I do feel like that's what actors used to have. They used to have that mystery, and that's why it was so special when they would go on Johnny Carson or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it adds to the star power, and if we find out more about you, I think it only helps to have mystery.
She also
from the
became a
actors.
mom, and can attest personally that as soon as you become a mom, you all of a sudden become way more. I've seen it happen a couple of times. Way more conservative when you are thinking about your child.
Except it will turn out to be trans.
And Dante,
The other
I
thing
would
is that
say,
I'm sorry, but
And I
at the
don't
end
mean
of what she
Vietnamese
said-
trans.
Yeah.
I don't mean that kind of trans.
Kelly
Never.
Marie Tran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last thing she said was that she didn't want to fan the fire of division, and that she didn't want to say anything that wasn't constructive, that wasn't going to bring people together or find a solution. Because that's what celebrities seem to be doing now, is just pointing out, fuck Trump, and all his Nazi minions. The reality is America is divided, but we're two sides that have much more in common than we have apart.
Well, Dante, earlier you were saying you and I were on the left. I feel like my opinions about politics haven't changed all that much. It's the landscape that changed.
Yeah, no,
Right?
it's like Bill
Everything's-
Maher said, man. It's like we
Yeah.
stayed the same. They moved.
Right.
The
That's
left
exactly
moved.
right.
We stayed exactly the same.
They call you alt-right and Yahtzees because everyone is to the right of their insane, extreme left policies. Yes.
And I prefer not to say right or far right. I actually prefer to be called not left.
Yeah. Or
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Or that, right? But here's the
It's-
thing: we'll never hear a guy like Mark Ruffalo say the same thing that Jennifer Lawrence just said, right? Well, we'll never hear that. We'll never hear Robert De Niro say the same thing Jennifer Lawrence just said. So
Well,
at least she has some self-awareness.
Yeah. Well, I'll.
Well, it's like
let's-
Keira Knightley. Keira Knightley had that really wonderful retort, and maybe this is the beginning.
Yeah.
Of course, she got in trouble for that.
But she doesn't care.
Right. Nor should she. Yeah, no, the best we can have is like when Mark Ruffalo was on with Rainn Wilson, like Dwight from The Office, his podcast, and Rainn was saying how we need to have empathy and like the whole Charlie Kirk thing. And it is horrible to speak down and say all the things. And Mark was just like, and then went on another podcast and started talking. But yeah, at least some of them have some self-awareness.
And I think a lot of actors probably don't want to talk about this stuff, but they are fielded these questions and they're trying to just navigate it the best they can. Tom Cruise just didn't want to hear it. They just talk to them about the movie that they're promoting. With Keira Knightley, the same thing. Like, did it have anything to do with the movie that she was promoting? No, it was another project that had nothing to do with the press tour that she was on. And it is just these people that want to quote out in the in the media that just want to quote, that want a controversial headline, and will actively just try to sabotage these actors. They need to start having that savviness. I think Keira Knightley did very well, but others too that have been fielded these questions need to start deftly navigating these questions
you're
that
right.
they're gonna have to face.
The reporters are nuts, and they're activists,
Yeah.
possibly even worse than the actors. I remember the cast from Birds of Prey, the all-female DC movie.
Oh
and,
God, yeah.
And true. Listen, honest to God, maybe everyone thought that these were all activist women, but the reporter was who was pushing it. And you could see that they didn't want to answer the question. They were talking about, all female, isn't it great? And you're kicking male butt, and none of the girls wanted to. Women, sorry, wanted to answer the questions. It was, and I saw 2 interviews with the cast from Birds of Prey, and it was all the reporters pushing it. The outlets have got. Either the outlets, that's their political belief system, and they're pushing it on the reporters, and just letting the reporters go along with things, or they need to get the reporters in line. Hollywood needs to get the actors and the media in line. Both.
Well, I miss the days when Sean Penn would like punch reporters. You know, like we
That
need
was
to get
fun.
back to those days, right?
He was
all
drunk
the
back then.
Acolyte. Is this the gayest show? Like that is all
Yeah,
Mark Malkin, and
perfect
then the
example.
other dude that was super lispy and asked them those.
That's
And then
right.
they played into it. But you just got to do the Tom Cruise. We just want to talk about the movie. We just want to talk
That's
about
right.
the project.
That's right. That's
Hey,
the gayest show ever.
let's talk about the woman on the thumbnail, Sydney Sweeney, and sort of the opposite of Jennifer Lawrence, isn't really outspoken about her politics
At all.
And here's an article from Variety, actually, and we will be Alan and I reviewing her movie Christie that opens this Friday. She is going to be a possible Oscar nominee for Best Actress.
A possible.
I say possible, but this story
Discussing
from Variety, Sydney Sweeney on Bond girl rumors, Oscar contender Christie, and defying the sex symbol label you shouldn't have to hide or cover up in any room. Badger, if you would get the notes for this story, and I have some show and tell here for a minute.
Sydney Sweeney doesn't just command attention, she provokes it. Her fame has become a magnet for controversy, often blurring the line between admiration and outrage. The most infamous example came from her American Eagle ad, which cheekily declared she had good genes. Critics accused the campaign of a eugenic messaging.
Reporter again, reporter alert.
Yeah. As culture warriors clashed online, American Eagle stock price surged. Sweeney's image as a modern sex symbol became undeniable. So the double standard of a sex symbol. Sweeney's beauty and confidence have sparked as much criticism as acclaim. She's been both objectified and vilified for embracing her image, with some detractors labeling her too sexualized, while others hail her as a feminist for reclaiming the narrative. When people think, she's a sex symbol or she's leaning into that, I'm like, no, I just feel good and I'm doing it for myself, she told Variety. You shouldn't have to apologize or hide or cover up in any room. It's the refusal to shrink herself that keeps her at the center of cultural debate and turns backlash into branding power, Alan, her brand. Even whispers about Sweeney joining the James Bond franchise stirred controversy. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos reportedly wants her involved, possibly as a Bond girl, possibly as something more. When asked directly, she grew visibly cautious. I don't know. I've always been a huge fan of the franchise, she said, before adding with a smirk, depends on the script. I think I'd have more fun as a James Bond. The internet, of course, erupted. Some fans cheered the idea of a new generation Bond girl with brains and brawn. Others mocked her as too TikTok era for 007. Either way, Sweeney owned the moment, turning speculation into more spotlight.
And another thing she was criticized for, she showed up to the Power of Women in Hollywood conference sponsored by The Wrap. She received
sponsored by Saran Wrap.
Well,
it was actually stunning and brave.
It might have been, but this
she was
is
wrapped in Saran Wrap.
This
That's
is
like
what
it.
she looked
It's a
like
joke.
at the wait, where'd that go?
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah,
Why
here
don't you
we
model the outfit?
And this is how she chose to attend the event. I see nothing wrong with it. If that's how she wants to
I see everything right with it.
It's
yes, I mean let me remove the banner. Actually,
looks like something an elf would wear in Lord of the Rings.
It's I see nothing wrong with that. Because why? They always talk about women having agency. Well, you know what? She chose to present herself this way, and I think that's fine. So nothing wrong with it whatsoever. I will say, she was dressed a bit more demure when I saw her at a Christie.
Sorry about that.
It was just,
I mean,
it was just, and also, tune in Friday. Alan and I both will give our opinion on Christie. I'm so proud of this thumbnail. I want to share it. Get to the knockers.
Nice.
By the way, if you're uncomfortable that you might be able to see nipple, who told you to stare at her breasts, you degenerates?
I know.
Right.
All I can
The
say
male
is,
gaze.
Well, how come Florence Pugh didn't receive any negative attention? I'm pretty sure I've seen several outfits that are very similar. So what's the difference here? They just don't like Sydney Sweeney
correct.
particular
That's
for
what
her?
it
Like,
is.
what's the difference?
That's
what it is.
that's
They
it right
don't
there.
like Sydney Sweeney.
Her not talking about
doesn't matter.
politics is
I'm
her
pretty
talking
sure
about
she was all
politics to
about
them.
free the nipple, and there was like all that around Florence Pugh. So why? What's the difference here?
Two
The
cups.
rules. It's the rules. The rules change based on who they like and don't like. Had Rachel Zegler showed up and she had a sheer top, they would have praised her all over the place.
Well, they wouldn't know whether she was going or coming.
Oh Jesus.
Exactly. So what do we? I mean, obviously, I think I'm a Sydney Sweeney fan because a couple reasons. One, she knows material.
Couple of reasons.
Yeah,
Couple of
two
huge
reasons. Guys.
Oh, stop it.
But
Oh my gosh,
fully-
what are we,
You,
children?
you all are disgusting.
I meant
I
her
do
humor.
feel-
Wait, Dante, you are 10.
I'm the bad guy. I'm the crazy one. Sure.
Dante, you were 10 feet from her when we saw that horror film she did where she played a nun. We were at
Yeah.
the premiere of that thing,
I
and
was.
we've seen like she produces her own material. She made the smart move, like Tom Cruise. I'm going to produce movies for myself to star in that speak to my strengths.
And you got
And
to
I'll say-
also Steph is insulted by what Dante said, right? Right, Steph? Right, Steph?
Yeah.
Oh, she's so angry she refuses to even
So angry. She's
respond
sitting
to
in
what you have to
silence.
say.
She's
What do we
going.
think of
No,
this?
look,
Is-
I think City Sweeney is doing everything right. Everything right. Like, honestly, we talk about her look, sure, and we could joke about that all day. But if we're being like really honest, this girl is smart, man. The way she's handling her career, the way she handles the media, she could teach a class. She really could. Like, she is doing everything the right way, and she's winning. She's winning.
I think the left are angry at her mostly for that. The fact that she's in control of her own career and they can't do anything about it.
I also think that this is a lot of the controversy, or the people that are mad are jealous women. And
Yeah.
the ones that were the only ones I saw that were mad about the jeans ad seemed to be women. So I feel like that's, and she is pretty, she knows how to, but yeah, to Dante's point, the how she uses social media, she uses media judiciously, she's prudent, and that is a talent, that is a skill that should be taught, because people are just out there saying whatever, doing whatever, and it can hurt or help your career. So
No, Dante's right.
Yeah.
Even
Well,
Madam Web, real quick, that obviously is one of her quote unquote failures, flops. All I think about is the fact that she did all the like her reading all the comics only to be disappointed they didn't use that, and her fighting to be wearing the costume, like all things you want to hear from a nerd. Oh, you read the comics and you wanted to wear the costume? So
Yeah.
bad
Yeah, and
product.
she
but I
also
saw
developed
positive.
that into a relationship with Sony to make her next movie.
Well,
What about you?
there's a TV show about the NFL called Hard Knocks. And every year they focus on a different team. One of the things I learned watching that documentary series about the NFL is NFL players become targets for people that want to take advantage of them. And they actually teach a class
Yes.
to new NFL. It's for rookies, NFL players. They teach them about like money management,
Yep.
your relative that wants to borrow 10 grand or get, and also
Groupies.
how to be media savvy. How
Yeah.
do you be media savvy? And when you look at the NFL, the media is very controlled. It's very positive. Like situations that are bad that come up are handled in a very professional way, right? So we need this in Hollywood. We need some sort of like, yes, take your acting classes, but maybe take a class in being media savvy. How do you handle like difficult questions?
But that's what your agent is for, Chris.
Right.
Your
I know.
agent should tell you this
I mean, you
stuff.
should.
I agree with you, but I don't think
can't
agents are
rely.
doing
But,
that now. In fact,
actors have access, I mean, or a media has more access, and they have their own
Yes.
like on their phone more than ever before. And this also reminds me of like Dolly Parton. She just had oozes class, but when there was this one interview that was trending with Barbara Walters, where Barbara Walters is being extremely rude. And again, it just felt like just jealous, pure jealousy. And Dolly Parton just came across as extremely polite and handled it with class. It was all about, why do you dress like say very similar things is what Sydney Sweeney's going through. And I'm sure Marilyn Monroe did something very similar. Like, women are mean. Women are very mean and cutthroat and jealous of each other. And I don't know, that you just have to be prepared. And the power of women thing, I don't know, that just seems extremely like
It's all in the Helen
just
Andrews
performative.
thing.
And
Yeah.
Thank
like
God.
all those women are probably just very mean and cutthroat to each other. It's probably
Thank God we have the WNBA to show us the way of.
Yeah, because that's a nice
another example of
girly-
them.
Yeah, girly
Well,
league.
One thing I appreciate about Sydney Sweeney is there are Chinese children working in sweatshops making bras, and for her to boycott the bra industry, I
It's
applaud.
tragic.
Well, it's like Star Wars. There's no bras in space. So.
I will say, everyone check out Paul Chato's video about the what's it called? The title of
The great feminization is killing Hollywood.
Yeah, and in it it's a great video. Watch his video, and a lot of it has to do, if you take a deep dive and watch the videos you're commenting on, that when you get too many groups of women in a space normally populated by mostly majority male, it tends to push the men out. And also it tends to, one of the things that you said a while back was gear porn.
Yeah.
Like that is something that's part of Star Wars, right? What is gear porn? Well, working on a land speeder or a droid or the engines of the Millennium Falcon, or just things that kind of really only appeal to men.
Right.
Even like OSHA, the mechanic.
Yes.
Fire in
Yes,
space.
Exactly right. The fire in space.
But like it's those things that I think that when you have too many women in a space that has previously been male dominated, it loses something, and they kind of make it something different. Whereas I think women are actually attracted to maleness.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I should stop. Yeah, Elaine, what do you have comments on that? Like,
okay, so there was one of the pictures of Tron Ares when they were like ramping up production, like it was finally a thing where we're about to film. They did the director Joachim Roning shared a picture of all the people like in a boardroom, whatever. And I had this fleeting thought of concern that just now circled back to me. I noticed that there was a lot of women. There was a lot of women, and I'm like, there can't be this many women that likes Tron. It is so niche as it is. I don't know. So that was the point, and I guess that fleeting moment of like, that's odd. Well, I don't know. Hopefully, it won't ruin the movie.
Well,
Tony in the chat. Oh, so real quick, he made a great point. I was thinking of it too. The Marvels supposed to be made for women, starring women, directed by a woman. The women, all women, and then the majority of people that saw it was like 60 or something % were men.
Well,
who didn't show up? The women.
And there's talented women. It's just I just don't understand. They can excel in things that they are passionate if they're talented enough. Like the Penguin. The Penguin was written by a woman. I can't remember her name. Yeah, they're there, but it's just but if they're there, if they're there simply just to check a box or check a whatever standards of ratio of men to women, then the craft suffers, and we all suffer as a result. Then theaters suffer. Yeah.
And also one of the other points that I watched the videos that were related to your video, Paul. They talk about what will happen at times is women being put or men being pushed out of certain fields, so that
replaced by feminized men. So you get a double dose of women. So there's a percentage. There seems to be some sociological percentage of women in any space that will then alter how things work. And women are about process and men are about action and results. And I mean, it's an interesting long-term thing because men ruled pretty much everything in business. And I talked about, should we return to the era of hookers and blow in Hollywood?
Yes.
I'm not saying that we should. I'm just saying that, men had been in charge long enough that I think they kind of sorted out what diversity kind of sort of works. And I think now that HR is ruled by women, the New York Times is 55% women, and you can feel the difference in terms of the reporting. Right. Since Obama and Biden, the number of female judges exploded, and we got that one woman in the Supreme Court who can't admit to what a woman is. So I think women in groups have got to figure things out, because as a group, they haven't been in power as long as men had been in power as a group. And they kind of went through their asshole stage. I mean, to a point. I mean, men are jerks. My mantra is men are stupid, women are crazy. That's what I live by. And I think if women choose to run things, like, for instance, the publishing business right now is predominantly women. They don't accept anything like a Miller or a Roth book. They're just not there. Men aren't reading any of this stuff. We're not interested in Ashtanga yoga books. So just take a look at the top 100 books on the New York Times list. It's 90% women, and in the past, the pipeline to movies came from books.
Yes.
So we've lost that pipeline because nobody is interested in the books that are being published right now.
It's
And
all fairy smut.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Sounds
that's
You
like
leave my
Tom Clancy
Minotaur
novels.
milking farm alone.
yeah, and
Milking
women
farm is
publishers
disgusting.
don't like Tom Clancy.
Centaur porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to
What
have
are
John
the-
Grisham
When did we
and
get on
Tom
that?
Clancy.
So
But
I'm
one-
not saying that the women as a group can't figure this out, but they might need time to do so. But that's really the premise of Helen Andrews' thesis, is that right now we're not being well served by organizations that have been taken over by women. And you can agree to disagree. That's her theory.
But this ties into what we were just talking about, right? Because we're talking about Sydney Sweeney, we're talking about her making all the right moves and this and that. The thing is, yeah, there's a lot of things that are wrong with the box office, bad scripts, overpriced, streaming, the whole deal. Another big part of that, though, is people not liking the actors who are in these things, right? And we don't like them because of the things they say off screen. And that's what I'm saying. Sydney Sweeney is doing this right, because here's the thing. She could be in the worst movie ever, but because of her personality, people will show up for her for the most part. You know what I mean? Within reason. If we don't like who's in the film, we're not going to go see the film.
Yeah, but that's also kind of just us, right? Do you think normal people pay attention to what these fuckers say?
Here, you know what? Okay, Badger, you know what? Maybe not so much, but guess what? A lot of those normal people listen to people like us, right?
Yeah,
so when they piss us off, then, they're hearing it from us.
Let me just say one real world consequence of, overreaching when it comes to DEI or HR departments or whatnot. Normally this time of year, Alan and I would be discussing awards, movies that would be in awards contention. And most of those movies would have been seen at the Sundance Film Festival. And we can't come up with one. And what happened was, years ago, there needed to be parity. 50% of the movies were programmed at Sundance had to be by women and 50% by men. And they programmed by identity and not quality.
Right.
And what it did was it reduced the quality of the movies overall, because they were programming movies that were not that great, but this was a black gay woman, we got to put it in, right? Or whatever. And then some movies that were very good, made by men, were not in the festival. What that did, the overall quality went down. Sundance is now, it's fleeing Park City. It's moving to Utah. It has become culturally less significant and influential as an institution, and less relevant. Alan, I know you have thoughts because you cover the movies that were at this recent Sundance, and you can't think of one good film.
Well, we saw one movie, and that was Train Dreams, and
right.
And the movie before that we talked about from Sundance was Magazine Dreams, featuring Jonathan Major. But it's, this is the first year where it's like, I discussed with our staff, and it's like, are we going to Sundance? And the answer was no. In fact, we're not even going to apply for credentials for it, because there's just no point anymore. The virtual stuff is not any good. You can't see any of the studio films. And again, it's the last year I saw 3 films from Sundance, didn't review a single one because they were all awful. And it just,
yeah, and what you're talking about, Sundance, is what's happening in institutions, whether it's businesses or Hollywood, and that is the quotient of women involved in management was increased artificially based on DEI. So already you're not getting the best hires because it's artificially rigged. And I can say with confidence that when it was predominantly men never tried to change who the women were that they hired. Whereas when you've got predominantly women, they all want to change all the men who are either there, they get kicked out, i.e. the old animators from Disney, right?
Right.
And they want to replace them by women or replace them by feminized men. So this is one thing that men never did. Men didn't care who got hired. Maybe there should have been more women who got hired. I'm not arguing that. Maybe some women with qualifications were looked over because of somebody. I'm not arguing that either. All I'm saying is that the men who were running things didn't try to change the women who did make the that did get into the company. So this is one of the biggest problems that we've got.
Yeah,
Well,
let me
the-
speak
the-
to
well,
that
the-
just for a moment, because, like I said, I saw Sinners last night. Let me ask you this question. But did you know that the DP of Sinners is a woman? Did you know that not only was she a woman, but she was the first woman to ever make a movie, a feature film in the IMAX format? Did you? I mean,
No,
that was
no.
the first time.
But who wants
promote
to
it?
know?
Yeah, my point is that was last night was the first time I heard that.
Yeah.
They didn't need to say,
Correct.
"Hey, come see our movie," because our DP was female.
Yeah, and
it's
has
the
no
first
leg.
female to do the IMAX format. They let the work speak for itself, and she
Exactly
gets
right.
the credit for it because, and as Ryan Coogler says, she had been a DP long before he ever got to be the hot director that he is right now.
Well, one last comment, and we have a
Move
lot more comments. But it's like here's this: you take a male brand. I've said this before.
Right.
Star Wars and Marvel.
Uh-oh.
The people that need to run it probably need to be majority male. And when I say male, I mean a manly man. Because if myself, Alan, Badger, Paul, Dante started a cosmetic company,
Avon Calling.
we would not be good at that.
Chris,
we do
perfect
not
example. Witcher,
We would
right
be-
now.
Objectively, we would be terrible at that. I would not attempt it.
At all, man.
Yeah.
My
Right now, The
foundation-
Witcher. We replaced Henry with Liam, who by the showrunners Lauren Histrid's own admission is a more emotional, less stoic, i.e. more feminine. And then Ciri and Yennefer are now the main protagonists, while not Geralt is a distant background character who's now more emotional, less stoic. It is, again, hated the property going in, too manly, too toxic, and they just changed it until it's not even anything now.
Well, DEI kills quality, man. I mean, it's not just in film. I mean, we're seeing it in everything else. I for some reason, decided to watch that Victoria's Secret fashion show. No,
For
and,
some
Why would
reason.
you do that?
no,
Okay.
and I can't even say it with the joy I once did, right? Because I used to love the Victoria's Secret fashion show, right? But no, I watched it just because I wanted to see if they changed their tune. They did not. Okay, I mean, to some degree, maybe they added a few more hot chicks than they had last year or the previous years, but
How'd the dude look?
it
So
was
you gotta
still
be
bad.
careful with that.
And the reason why, the reason why I'm bringing this up though is because there needs to be a standard, man. There was a time when supermodel meant something. That meant something, man. Like when you said supermodel, you would think of people like Christy Turlington, Cindy Crawford, Claudia Schiffer. These were like goddesses, right? And it's the same thing with the NFL. Why would I want to watch a bunch of guys who are out of shape, right? Guys who only play on weekends. Why would I want to see those kind of guys in the NFL, right? No, I want to see the best of the best of the best competing with
Gladiators.
each other.
Which would mean there'd be no white guys.
And that
See us
And that
complaining that
applies-
there's not enough white guys on
No,
basketball teams.
but no,
You
but
know what I'm saying?
that applies to film too, man. It's like
Right.
like we're talking about Sundance here.
Mhm.
I want to see the best of the best films that were made, because you have to understand there are thousands of films made every year. So when this prestigious,
Organization.
festival
Yeah.
is picking the best of the best, then you expect them to pick the best movies, not a movie just because of a black trans woman made it.
Mhm.
Hey, let's go to soups, and we've got a lot more topics.
Yeah, let's
Start
keep
from the-
going.
Yeah, start from the top if you would. I'll be right back.
Tennille the 10th for 2. Daddy Chris, why is Seth Rogen? Come
Exactly.
back to that.
I agree.
Pilgrim Media for 2. In the 80s, I saw a movie once a week. Now last year.
Yeah.
Jesus, this is the only time I
Yep.
saw one.
Yep.
Funny and Dark for $1.99. My book will be out this week. Best She's Boss.
Best she boss.
All right. Graph Web for 2. In the name of all that is holy, cancel Disney Plus. Thank you, Graph Web.
I still got it.
Tennille the 10th for 2. By that definition, is Tarantino's theater second run.
Yes,
I mean,
but it's
yeah.
also very good.
It's an art
But
house.
it is second run.
It's more art house than the second round.
Kenny became a member. Shout out, Kenny.
All right.
John Orchard for 10. Henry Cavill as Bond and Sweeney as his Bond girl, or make her a villain. Thoughts?
Do you know how much money that would make?
So much money.
Like, do you know
Yeah,
how much
that would be
money
amazing.
that would make?
Yeah, more than Denise Richards. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You know what?
Keanu.
I would
She's
I would
smart.
love to have Jennifer Lawrence as a Bond girl. I love her.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's really sexy.
I wouldn't mind
Jen
it
Hugh
either.
gave 5 film
There's
threat
never
memberships.
Bond girl.
Thanks.
All right, and then last one.
Matthew Hammond Rumble Rant for 3. Watch the Skies. Using AI visual dubbing is scary impressive and means any movie worldwide could be in English. Hollywood needs to slash budgets and go to a percentage model or go out
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
of business.
Yep. I agree. You know, I wonder if any of the Dante, any of the girl, the models in the underwear show that you saw,
Oh, the
Victoria's Secret?
Yeah.
were any of them called Tucker Carlson?
One of them was tucking for sure. But yeah,
Tucker Ball son.
This is why
Sexiest Adam's apple of the group.
This is why you have me on for all the.
Yeah, you guys get out of here. Hey, I'm gonna shock you and let you guys know something.
What?
That guess what? TV shows are being dumbed down.
What?
no.
You'll never believe this, and I have
The
video
hell you
proof.
say?
Okay, look, I gotta put this up on screen here.
What?
And show you this video. Let's just watch this.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's something called second screen viewing, right? So it's a directive that's being handed out by big studios to filmmakers.
Please, this sounds like what I'm really hoping it isn't.
It is exactly what you probably think it is.
This is something that
which is
stands
so
up
that
to...
which means that you have to acknowledge that people are on their phones the whole time they're watching telly. So you have to simplify the plot so that they'll be able to follow along while they're browsing on their phone. So that's why you'll notice now in random, like in TV shows, even with good actors, they're saying really obvious things about what's happening. They're laying out the entire plot line and all of their emotions and motivations. Like the language has become really bait and on the nose. And that's because they're being told, the writers, that they have to write in a way that someone can carry on with doom scrolling or shopping online while following it in the background. So nothing can be too complex, nothing can be too high end. It has to be like we are purposefully dumbing down content, and that is leading to a less nuanced, less interesting, less thoughtful society. Well, this makes so much sense now.
Yeah,
all the terrible shows with just in-your-face plot just makes so much sense now.
It's called second monitor viewing. Shout out to Nerd Wars, who we forced him to watch all the shit he didn't even see Back to the Future until last year. My point is, it starts on the second screen while he's doing things, and if it's good enough, it becomes main screen viewing.
True.
Yeah.
And but unfortunately, that probably has like a double-edged sword.
I would love a movie or a TV show where suddenly the actors all stop, turn to the screen,
and say, "Are you on your phone?"
Yeah, and then continue. It's true if you listen to the script. Like, okay, I'm a radio guy. I did 120 radio shows with the Frantics. So you write a certain way on the radio. You've got to describe what it is that you're doing. You're seeing that more and more in shows. They actually say what they're going to do as if it's fucking radio. Yeah. It's wild.
Is that like exposition dialogue? I feel like there should be a word for that because
it is.
I see that so much.
Jurassic World Rebirth, where Mahershala Ali and Scarlett Johansson just sat and said all of their character motivations, told their backstory, and it was just no new.
That scene was horrible.
That's wild though, but that's in a movie.
When Robert says, I hate this fucking term, but media literacy, it is true. People are retarded and they don't know how to read nuance or character, because also not paying attention to it. So they really just need it shat out at them consistently.
Yeah, or we need to be told just directly a character's feelings, motivations, and we're told how to feel about it too. Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm watching Foundation currently, and one storyline. There's writings for like 2 different storylines, and one it feels like I'm watching 2 different shows. One for Lee Pace, the Emperor. The storyline has like the dialogue and his acting is so good, and then for another character, Salvador Hardin, the Mary Sue character type, the writing is so bad. It is so it's everything, and every one character around her is just to service and say how wonderful this character is. They say it, so many times how wonderful this character is,
I like this one.
how special she is. It
Good
is
point.
so annoying. It is. Oh,
But my question
like
is,
you.
are TV shows getting dumber? Because we've had dumb shows for a long time.
It's different dumb.
Right?
Different
Like
dumb,
we've
yeah.
had like really bad TV like for the past, I don't know, 20 years. So is it more dumb now than it was, say, 10
I-
years ago? Like I
I
don't
wonder
know.
if it's like if it's bad, but it tries to be good, whereas now it's intentional.
Well, like Dark Wolf, super serious, and a lot of things you can read into. Even Welcome to Derry, super serious. It is not. It
Well,
doesn't hold your hand.
Severance is amazing.
Severance,
if y'all haven't,
yes.
it is, and it doesn't hold your hand. There's a lot of
No.
mystery. There's a lot of intrigue, and I like that. It's a very interesting show. So
Landman,
Apple
oh,
does some
sorry.
stuff right.
Yeah, there's
No,
some
I
of the
think-
I think
shows.
the audience is well aware of like the
Nobody
or,
Wants
I'm sorry,
This is one of the best sitcoms I've seen in years.
To
Nobody
be fair, a lot of Netflix shows do this, and I am guilty. If it's a show I'm not that interested in, I call it shows you can watch and fold your laundry. You don't need
Yeah.
to have your full attention on it. Exactly, Paul. Look, YouTube, when it's a panel show like this, fine. I listen. I listen to YouTube in my car. I'll watch FNT, and when they all laugh and look at a meme, I'll look at the screen. But I get it, right? Even to be fair, old episodes of the classic OG Star Trek, I would record those on cassette tape. I know Robert Meyer Burnett did that too. I could listen to those episodes and it plays like radio, right? But this is a whole other level of dumb that are making the shows uninteresting. So, Paul, you can probably speak to that.
What are you questioning
No,
my
I'm not saying
writing
the dumb-
capabilities?
I'm saying about TV. Just
Yeah.
like,
Well, there's the
this is not
dumb
a
of the A-Team, Flying Nun, that kind of stuff, which we
The
call dumb.
Office that we all just have on.
Don't know,
you know.
Matt.
And I think I don't think people are passionate about TV, although there is the odd show that does come up lately. Like I said, Nobody Wants This, which is the romantic comedy, the very Jewish romantic comedy.
Oh, with Kristen Bell and
yeah, it is
Sennett.
so well written, like razor sharp. It's funny. So people are capable of it. And a part of the problem with streaming is that people are doing what is called ironing shows, where they just leave it on all day, right? And I don't know how you fix that. Things are becoming less and less event television. And
How do
attention
networks make money doing this? If you're not paying attention to the show, you're certainly not paying attention.
Well,
to
who's
commercials.
watching network?
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's all
Less and
time.
less.
It's time shifting, right? Time shifting and being efficient. I mean, I know, for example, Gary from Nerdrotic, he'll watch YouTube at twice speed.
I do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, like just to get like it quicker. Or like I used to I love TiVo. I would love TiVo. Had one of the first TiVos, loved it. I would watch an NFL game, okay? And they had a thing that was like you could step forward 30 seconds. I would watch a game late. I'd start watching it 1 hour late. Every commercial break was 2.5 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. The whole commercial break. I wouldn't see commercials during an NFL game. I'd watch a 3-hour presentation in 2 hours. Time shifting. I think that's part of it.
My TiVo would
well.
actually let you fast forward 2 minutes into the future.
Right.
I mean, I also have to assume though, because we have so many more TV shows now and so many more different things going on, that just by sheer numbers, most of those are going to be bad. I don't know if TV shows have gotten dumber. They've always been fairly dumb with a few bright spots here and there,
Sure.
right?
The Love Boat was dumb.
Sure,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes.
But it was
I
dumb
mean-
because they were dumb stories and dumb plots.
Yeah.
This is where they're actually telling you subtext and what is
Yeah.
happening on screen. The writing is intentionally dumb. As
I think
opposed to
they're making it
accidentally dumb.
they're making it like content, on your phone. They know that they're competing with that, so they're trying to make it to where If you're doom scrolling while watching this show, they want to give you that same sort of like dopamine hit, make it simple, like a picture book for a child, right? Make it simple for them, so that way they know, like, oh, okay, I kind of liked it, right? You have a little bit of that dopamine hit that you get when you're doom scrolling and you've come across something that you like, so that you come back later. And they're keeping it very simple for that type of an audience. Unfortunately, it's going to be criticized because something like that is not going to be good.
Yeah,
If you're going into it, watching it because you're interested in it, and then it ends up being like some sort of like small, I don't want to say like small-minded picture book, but I mean that's kind of what these shows are like now, where they explain everything to you and don't leave it up to you to figure it out, or leave it up to the story to bring something up later, and it's this nice intricate thing that comes together very well written. It's just very in your face, and here, this is what's happening, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have characters tell you what they're thinking, what they're wanting to do, their motivations. It's going to get picked apart, and it's not going to be good because of that. But if it's made for that type of an audience who is just doom scrolling on their phone and they know that, then what they're relying on is that quick, like, oh, I kind of liked it while I watched it, so maybe I'll come
The
back.
difference
next
between it, Welcome to Derry, and Alien Earth is fucking staggering.
Oh, yeah,
Staggering.
I'm watching a stream of Alien Isolation, and the difference, again, just like in quality and of tension and scariness and atmosphere, is versus Alien Earth is night and day. And I liked your point, Steph, and I think I do wonder what type of media and what type of, I don't know, I guess stories that people are that writers themselves are consuming, because that in turn will affect what you're going to write. And that's what concerns me. Are they just watching reality TV and TikTok? Because a lot of those reality shows, they have whatever scene takes place, but then there's this commentary that individually shows them what they were thinking, what was going on, whatever at the previous event. And it just makes me wonder if that's the people that grew up on reality TV and have shifted into like content on TikTok and that sort of media. And if you're not, I don't know, if you're not living experiences, if you're not reading books, actual books, that will come across in the content that you create and the stories that you write.
That is very interesting, because there is a whole generation who grew up on reality TV. Like, reality TV was huge for a long time. And now, they're in like movie making and stuff like that. And the books that they're reading are smut books that are popular right now. And the writing isn't very good. But also back then, when reality TV was really huge, like the women were probably consuming the books like Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey, or things like that. So they're not like incredible books like Lord of the Rings, that they're reading. They're reading what is popular at the time. And now they've grown up and they're writing and creating movies and stuff like that. And so that's what they grew up on, and that's what they experience. So they're putting that in their writing, which is why the writing now is so incredibly simple.
Well, I just have to say that you will remove Project Runway from my cold dead hands.
I don't know. I think there's a generation of these filmmakers and writers who grew up with Joss Whedon, and they have tried to imitate him to the point of nauseum. And I don't think I think it's a blend of a lot of things. I think it is the reality shows. People who grew up on that. I think it's people who try to write clever dialogue because they watched one Tarantino film in their whole life and think that they could do what he did. There's a lot of, I don't know. There's a lot of copycats who don't have like an original voice. And yeah, you could say it's because they don't read. You could say it's a lot of different things, a lot of different reasons. My thing is though, since I'm not the downer guy, I'm going to say there is a lot of good TV out there though. Like there is a lot of good stuff out there. There's a lot of good shows out there. And that's why I'm questioning, are shows dumber now than they were like
Again, Landman, right? You and I love that show. I was gonna watch 20 minutes of it, and I watched like 4 episodes because just like a good book, where you're like, let me just go see what happens in the next beginning, and then you end up watching a whole nother fucking episode, and it perfectly flows. And you have to be, you have to be at least intelligent to understand all the things they're talking about and all the minutia. So clearly, some are not curtailing, but clearly others are.
Sure.
It kind of makes it easy to see who is.
There's some of the shows that actually took us away from regular TV because they actually were better written, like Sopranos.
Yeah.
So stuff like that still exists. That is really, really well written.
Just fewer and farther between, right?
Mad Men. We've never seen stuff like that on TV. So it's again, we're stuck with an abundance of content, and it's hard to get through it all to find the things that are enjoyable. But there's some really sophisticated material out there.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for Pluribus, Vince Gilligan's new sci-fi show. No one's talking about it, but
no, I am so excited for that film. You have that show. You have no idea.
But it's got a girl boss in the lead.
But she's so good as Kim Wexler that I think she has like fan like.
I can't watch. I don't want to watch it. I'm not interested in female leads.
We'll let you know how it is.
Female protagonist.
Just Project Runway.
No, apart from Project
Runway.
It's all the gay designers I love.
Well,
I love Project Runway. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what I'm not interested in? Birthdays. I did a not birthday stream this year. Birthdays, I really don't care. But here's a birthday that actually matters to me. It should matter to you. And that is Godzilla's birthday.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
So happy birthday, Godzilla. 1954, 71 years old.
Wow.
It's a franchise that how is something like this 71 years old? So happy Godzilla Day on November 3rd. 71 years for Godzilla. And they rolled out a teaser for the follow-up to Godzilla -1. Let's take a look at it here. I've got it queued up for us. Let me get this. Here we go. I will get hit, but we'll figure this one out. Okay, here we go.
Godzilla.
So I don't know where they're going with this. If it's going to be Godzilla, is it a prequel? But I will say
my
this.
Godzilla is bigger than yours. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm turning the Godzilla off.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just want to say thank you to Yamamoto for winning the World Series. Oh!
But I'll say I was at a screening of Godzilla.
I hate you, Badger.
-1 at the Aero Theater in Los Angeles, and they did a Q&A with the director, and they asked about a follow-up movie. And there is a tease at the end where the young woman, she has something that kept her alive, some disease we don't know, or some virus, we'll see, that revived her. But they asked what monster he would like to bring into his new Godzilla series, and he mentioned King Ghidorah, that he would like to bring King Ghidorah, and the follow-up movie could take place in the 60s. So now that was something he said in an interview. That's not like an announcement. He said, he would like to bring it to the 60s and bring in Ghidorah. Doesn't mean that that's what Godzilla -0 is about. I actually have nothing. No one knows what it's about. I don't know if it's a prequel or whatever. So I'm just excited as a lifelong Godzilla fan. It was really, I think, one of the first franchises I ever loved. It was like early Star Trek and Godzilla movies. They would, maybe you experienced this. There was Godzilla Week. They called it Monster Week at the movies, which was the 4:00 movie or 4:30 movie before the news. And I would rush home, watch a whole week, 5 days of Godzilla. They did Ape Week with the Planet of the Apes movies. That was a great time when I was a kid. Care to share anything or maybe birthday wishes for Godzilla and the franchise? And what is the secret to the longevity of this franchise? It's not like James Bond where they recast
King of the
movies.
Monsters.
Yeah.
It's there's something about Godzilla that is in the zeitgeist that, they're not making a movie every year, every 2 years, 3 years, but it's kind of always there.
I would say it's kind of dinosaurish.
Yes. Part of it.
Boys love
Kind of dragon,
dinosaurs.
dinosaur. Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah. It's
I think it's
cool. I mean, I don't know
Not
when
a
it,
single white person in it.
Yeah.
I mean, if
don't
you think
hate-
about it, if you think about the Godzillas that have failed are the ones that feature white people.
No, how dare you? Because it'll sound
No.
a Frenchman. Nick
my least
Totopoulos,
favorite.
whatever. Yeah, Matthew Broderick. I don't hate that version, even though if that's clearly not.
That's more like a regular monster movie.
Yeah.
A giant.
This is
lizard
good. I
person.
do like it, but it's more like a lizard.
Yeah.
when you bring white people values to these great movies, that's when
That's
you
Jean Reno is in there. How dare you?
Well, I mean, for me, the problem is that I love the Japanese movies from Ultraman. I loved everything where it was clear a guy was in the outfit. Like, that to me, that was always so much fun. Cheap, good fun. It was like the Harryhausen movies with fantastic era of cheap, good fun.
That's so true. And that's why I like it. I like. I don't think I've seen all of them, but
No,
I remember as a kid watching. I think it was on TCM. They would show the Godzilla movies, and I loved the Harryhausen. I love those effects. I think it's great that they used what they had and had to think outside the box and had to just strive to make a good movie with what limited resources that they had. And at the end of the day, yeah, it's a simple story, simple themes, but that works.
Well, I'll be fascinated if they actually do go to the 60s, because I think many of us have been talking about the fact that Marvel fumbled the ball because they didn't take any of their iconic characters into the 60s eras of those characters. And it would have been great to see a 60s era Batman. It would have been great to see a 60s era Superman that isn't the superpowered, omnipresent superhero that he is now. I would have loved to have seen him with his 60s superpower. And it's like, it'd be outrageous if the producers of Godzilla actually make a 1960s era Godzilla, because it's just going to hoof Marvel in the nuts. Like, you idiots.
Yeah, what people don't know about that original 1954, when I was a kid, I did not know. They recut that movie and added Raymond Burr. It's very obvious now when you watch, especially on Blu-ray, like you see how at Raymond Burr's talking to one of the characters. It looks bad. It's just shot different. But the original Godzilla, Japanese, no Raymond Burr, is a melodrama. It's a love triangle.
I never saw that.
It's way more emotional. You should go see it. It borders on an art film. It really is.
Wow.
Like it's so good. The non-Raymond Burr, clean Japanese subtitled Godzilla is a melodrama.
You just don't like the Raymond Burr. You just don't like the Raymond Burr version because it's a Canadian homosexual.
Well, Raymond Burr's character in that 54 Godzilla is named Steve Martin.
Really?
Steve Martin, reporter. There's a lot of crazy things about that. So as a kid, I just like Godzilla because it was giant monster.
Yeah.
As I've grown older, I have that Criterion box set with the Japanese and English versions of the movies. They're slightly different. So really interesting stuff. Let's see. I've got another news story that's worth debating.
And I think we're all looking forward to this new one, right?
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
That's how you do it, kids.
It will be a follow-up to -1, -0, whatever
next
that means.
year too. In a year, it's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
2026 is going to be lit.
Yep.
Project Hail Mary.
Hollywood will fix in 2026.
Oh my gosh, I bought that book because of you, Elaine. You kept speaking
Oh,
so
really?
much. I can't wait to
Gary,
watch it. Yeah, all right.
I almost said, is there
read
any
it.
other kind?
I have a very
Yeah.
long plane flight ahead of me. I'm taking that book with me.
Hey, Gary. Hey, here's an article.
awesome.
I think we have notes on this. This is from them.us.
Ugh.
This is a website.
Oh, yeah.
21 horror movies that aren't too scary for wimpy queers. Even the scaredy cats among us.
I'm calling
It's
bullshit.
from them.
It's really called them.
Yes.
Them.us.
Oh, yeah.
You don't read it all the time?
Yep.
I am now going to subscribe to that.
Them is kind of like
Subscribe to
Pink.
them. Even the scaredy cats among us deserve a little horror movie treat during Halloween season. Badger,
look,
you
sorry,
have the
but
note.
if I
No,
were
it's
gay,
just a scroll through.
I would be offended by this. This is crazy.
Yeah. Listen,
Why did you
this
just
is-
say
this is a
wimps?
list-
Why is it gotta?
This is a list for wimps, like for me, because
Just
I don't
say
watch
wimps,
scary
though.
movies. I want to see what they recommend.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, all right, let's just
I want to
go
see this
through-
list.
Let's see the list and see how many of these gay horror films you've seen. We're gonna skip past the preamble here, but here we go. The Haunting, 1963. I didn't realize this was gay.
No, they're not. They're
No,
not
it's-
gay. They're just not
wimps.
too.
That's for wimps.
Yes.
For wimps.
Yeah. So for
Or
men who
gays.
scream loudly,
Yeah.
this should be okay.
For Canadians.
Yeah,
is
for
good.
people who don't like horror films,
Yeah, that's it's me.
This is
a
too
list
scary
for
to be
Alan.
watching.
they're gay. Yes.
Too scary.
All right,
My
let's
co-host who
keep
said
going.
they're too scary. If you pronounce it scary, this
Well,
is the list for
Psycho-
you.
They're gay
Oh.
wimps.
You might be able to
Oh, that's more of a
argue that
thriller.
you
Yeah,
might be able
this
to
is-
argue. You might
yeah.
be able to argue that Psycho does have some. It definitely has cross dressing.
I'd say that's
Yeah.
horror.
Yeah, gay overtones in there.
There you go.
Let's say it has a soup song of gay.
The Blackening. Wait a sec. What?
That's a
I've
comedy.
never heard of this.
That's more
That's
of a
I've never-
comedy.
Yeah,
That's
but
not
it still falls in the category. That we're
Does
talking
it?
about.
It's a
But
comedy.
being
It's not a horror film.
not scary enough.
Well, it's for
gay people?
wimps.
Yeah.
It's horror for
Yeah.
wimps. Yes.
I guess so.
I heard this pretty funny.
It is actually decent. I think. you
Wait,
and I saw it
so
together.
are the Wayans brothers going to be on this list too? Is Scary
I
Movie
don't
going
know.
to be on this list?
The Craft, the '96 version.
Oh, I
can see
love
that.
this movie.
Okay,
It's a good
haven't seen
movie.
it.
this is the good list for Alan. Elvira, Mistress
Elvira.
of the Dark, 1988.
I used
that
to
was
watch
a.
that every Saturday. So.
See, these are all comedies, man.
This is a fun movie. That Elvira movie
Well, Elvira was fun when.
back in the day.
Yeah, she made horror films great for gays.
Wendell and Wild. I have not heard of this.
Never heard of this.
Yeah.
Never
Nope.
heard of it.
Netflix.
Oh, I love
Coraline.
Coraline.
I love Coraline.
Coraline
It's
is very
great.
good.
Amazing.
Very good.
movie.
Ugh,
I
love
saw
it.
it recently in the theater. It holds up.
It's good.
Aw.
I read the book to my daughter while we were on a trip through Scotland and scared her to frickin' death. She never has when she was 5. She
I didn't know it was a
never-
book.
Yeah, it started off as a book. It's just a brilliant book.
Is it
Absolutely.
Neil Gaiman, right?
Neil
Yeah.
Gaiman.
Oh,
Brilliant book.
okay.
Brilliant.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I like this movie because they don't really talk down to kids.
No.
It's a scary movie.
Yeah.
Kids can enjoy it, but adults as well. It really, and I love the music. The score is great.
It's too
I
bad
just
he's
love stop motion.
such a
It
schmuck.
it's kind of like Spirited Away, but like darker.
Yeah.
I know.
Less
Well,
weird.
the people in the wall, right?
Mhm.
Trap. We
I
saw
still have-
that.
I still haven't seen this
Ah.
movie. Was it good?
Oh,
First half was good.
Yeah, I
Second
liked
half.
it.
was
First
bad.
half,
it-
yeah.
Was
First
it
half
Haley
was-
Mills in it?
That's the
Um,
parent.
Yes, she
trap.
is. She is in it. Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't mind it. That was fine.
Josh Hartnett, who'd make a great Batman. I think he'd be great.
named our daughter after Haley Mills.
Nope.
Oh.
Jordan Peele.
Sure. Yep.
I like Nope a lot. It's freaking weird. It's freaking weird. Okay.
Okay, so
Rope-
if it
Nope
fits
and-
for wimps, I
Oh.
love this movie. my
Nope
God.
and Rope
Yeah.
are
I
back
love
to
Rope.
back.
So is Rope really a horror film? It's a
It's a
More of a
thriller.
thriller.
thriller. Yes.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is
good.
so good.
It is good.
And they shoot it like they. I don't know how often this was done at the time, but like there's no cuts,
Well, they hide the cuts.
or
They
they
hide them very.
or they
Very,
the way they
yeah.
move the camera.
Yeah, very long
It's
takes.
so good.
It is good.
Very tension filled. That's what it is.
Black Swan.
Black Swan, really?
Is that a horror?
No.
It's
Thriller.
not even a thriller. It's like a Darren Aronofsky. It's weird. It's
Yeah, this list is weird.
Well,
No,
this is
it
for
is-
wimps. It's
It
wimp
is
horror.
it is gay horror because it involves extreme dieting.
there you go. There you go. Let's keep going here. I saw the TV Glow. Now this one is definitely gay. I saw this.
I haven't seen it.
Eight,
Never
saw it.
824. It's decent, but it's again first half awesome, second half.
Is
awful.
it the gayest movie ever?
It's not the gayest. This one is not the gayest. I
What
saw
is the gayest
Queens
horror
of the
film?
Dead. Queens of the
Nightmare on
Dead
Elm
was-
Street 2, according to IndieWire.
Yes, it is. Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is the gayest horror film ever made.
unintentionally.
I
Unintentionally, yes.
I was just reading it. It's so delusional that the screenwriter's like, "What are you talking?" Now the coach is definitely gay, but yeah,
Yeah. Let's keep going here.
The whole movie was about that
Listen.
kid coming out, man, and Freddy coming out of him. It was weird, man.
Little Shop of Horrors, the
Oh,
musical
this is
Yeah, that's very
version,
gay. Yeah.
86.
I like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I
It's a great-
remember the original from the original, which, by the way, Jack Nicholson is in the original black and white by Roger Corman. Scared
Oh.
the fuck out of me when I was a kid.
Wow.
The dentist scenes are pretty scary.
Yes.
They're
Steve
scary.
Martin as the dentist was pretty
Mhm.
scary.
Yeah, Bill
Well, in
Murray.
this, yeah, but the
So-
original
so-
black and white.
So let me
Right.
guess. Rocky Horror is going to be on this list somewhere.
Well,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
see.
Oh, that makes
Maybe.
sense.
We'll see. Let's go. Clue.
Clue is not a horror film.
No,
Look how
no.
What
gay
are
that
they
is.
talking about?
That's not a horror
By the way,
film.
40th
No.
anniversary of Clue.
thanks for the memories.
We don't even get to see anyone being murdered. They just stumble upon their body. It's based on a board game, children's board game. Okay, that is pretty
Paranorman-
wimpy.
But it had 3
Paranorman
endings.
Paranorman is fun.
Yeah.
Same
haven't
company
seen
that
that.
did
Never
I
saw
haven't
it.
seen Paranorman.
I only saw the
same
trailer.
company that did Coraline, and it's also being re-released.
Leica Studios.
I love them. The Others 2001.
That's a good
Oh, I
one.
love
That's a
this
good movie.
movie.
That okay.
Yeah.
That deserves to be on
Actually, a
the
really
list.
good one.
But is it gay?
It's scary. It's very scary.
It's actually pretty scary. Like it's not gay.
Then it shouldn't be on the
Okay.
list.
Cabin in the Woods 2012. I like this film.
It's a great one too.
It's a good film. It's a good film.
I might check that out. I
So
haven't
far,
seen it.
they're what?
Oh, you haven't seen Cabin in the Woods? You'd love it.
No.
Yeah, you'd love
Okay,
it.
wait.
It connects to monster lore. Yeah.
Why
you'd
is
enjoy
this
it.
Oh, really?
on the list?
Yeah.
Why is this on the
Velma.
list?
Velma.
Trick or Treat.
Wimpy. It's a
Scooby-Doo?
wimpy list.
It is really wimpy. It's kind of cute.
And
Cute
Velma's
list.
gay. Yeah.
Harry.
Is she?
Ooh, this is a good
This is
one.
a good one.
That's
I
a
see
good
that's a good one.
movie.
That's a good movie.
That's really good.
That fits the
Is it wimpy though? I mean, there's like, it seems like
That's
it's pretty.
Yeah, Carrie's a legit horror film.
Like, yeah.
I think this would be like on the scary end of the wimpy list. You know?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's not safe scary. It's scary scary.
Well, the other Rob Reiner film with the book guy.
Robert Reiner is an American film.
Shut up, Siri.
Do you want me to keep reading?
Machine
Oh my
overlord.
god.
Alexa, order a pizza.
Oh my god. This is one of my all-time favorite movies. Like top 10.
Really?
Diabolique. It is
Never saw it.
Oh.
absolutely one of the finest films of all time. It's great. I'm not even going to tell you because it'll give things away. There's multiple versions, including one with I can't remember the guy's name, but it's great. Simone Signoret. It is great. If you haven't seen Diabolique, watch Diabolique. Like,
We knew
There it
it.
is.
Rocky Horror Picture
You called
Show.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
is this the
Well,
final one?
once we introduce musicals, I'm like, okay, this has to be on the list.
Yeah.
Alan just saw this. He dressed up in everything, right?
Yep.
And that's the
Gold.
list.
I was in a
That's it.
gold Speedo.
I'm surprised Death Becomes Her isn't on this.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah.
wimpy.
Oh,
horror.
that's a good one.
That
It
should have been on this
glows.
list.
The I think maybe and I'm not an expert. My brother's a homo. I'm not, but through him, I can channel. Is the fact that I think the greatest gay film of all time is Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'll have to take your word for it, man.
That is one tense, crazy film. It's two of the finest Hollywood actresses just tearing up the screen.
Although Bound was pretty decent
Pretty
for
gay.
a gay
Chowski.
movie, so.
I haven't
yeah.
seen that.
Bound?
John Crawford.
Gina Gershon.
Oh, Bound is
and,
amazing, man.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly, thank you. I was trying to think.
Yes.
And then Joey Pants, Pantoliano or whatever. Really good. It's like a mobster. Yeah, you'd like it. There's a sex scene. It's very vigorous, Paul.
It's kind of amazing.
I don't need vigorous.
You'll like it.
What was it again?
Bound.
Yeah,
Is
but
it
you
gonna
can slow it
scare me?
down.
I don't
Frank
like.
and Weenie.
I don't like
Frank
scary
and Weenie,
movies.
yeah.
Frank and Weenie.
Andrew.
Birdcage is
Shut
great.
up.
That's comedy.
Speaking
Even
of vigorous,
Companions freaked me out. So what is that?
all right. Next news topic: the battle over Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Not
This
sure if
does
you're
have
aware
notes.
of what's
Yes.
going on.
What?
This is from Deadline. That's right. There are two competing sequels to Roadhouse.
Oh, that's what we need, a sequel.
This
Well,
is
they
crazy.
already made a reboot, right?
Yes.
Well,
this
that's
is Gyllenhaal.
what this
To
is
that,
about.
and a sequel to the original.
So, Badger, I know you have the notes. What is going
Um,
on?
So director Doug Liman and Amazon MGM are headed for another showdown. Liman, who directed the 2024 Roadhouse remake starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor, has quietly acquired the sequel rights from the original writer R. Lance Hill. He plans to make Roadhouse Dylan, Hill's own follow-up script to the 1989 Patrick Swayze classic. Meanwhile, Amazon MGM is already filming its own Roadhouse 2 with Ela Nashuler directing and Gyllenhaal, Dave Bautista, and Aldous Hodge starring. This sets up two rival sequels to the same movie. Liman clashed with Amazon MGM after his remake. Originally promised a theatrical run, was shifted to streaming on Prime Video despite strong test scores. He accused the studio of breaking its word, claiming the film could have been a box office hit. The film still smashed streaming records with 50 million views in 2 weekends, but Liman lost bonuses tied to theatrical successes. At the heart of this mess is the federal lawsuit who actually owns Roadhouse. Writer R. Lance Hill argues that under Section 203 of the U.S. copyright law, he regained ownership of his original 1986 script in 2023, 35 years after selling it to United Artists. Hill says Roadhouse wasn't a work for hire because he wrote it independently and sold it at auction. He claims Amazon's 2024 remake infringed his reacquired rights. Amazon MGM counters that Hill's sale through his company, Lady Almost Inc., make it a corporate work for hire, meaning he can't reclaim it. The legal fight could become a major test case for how 1980s film contracts handle copyright reversions. By siding with Hill and developing Roadhouse Dylan, Liman is effectively recognizing Hill's ownership, creating two conflicting chains of title. If Hill wins, Liman's version becomes the official sequel. If Amazon wins, their streaming sequel will stand alone. The case recalls older Hollywood battles like the rival James Bond films, Never Say Never Again versus Octopussy. Amazon MGM has declined to comment. Just real quick, for the beginning part where he said that they switched it to theatrical, because I was covering this. Originally, he was offered a smaller budget and a theatrical release, or a bigger budget and go to streaming. And he took the bigger budget and then tried to force them to a theatrical release. So that's really the crux of that one.
I thought the movie could have been released theatrically. I mean, we reviewed it back when it came out. It was, you know what? It was fun. What is your expectation for a Roadhouse movie? It's not Tron. It's not some, the lore of Roadhouse. It's a dumb 80s guy film. And on that level, I liked it with Jake Gyllenhaal. He got jacked for this role. It's not a great movie. It was fun.
Dalton had I saw it as a kid and I fundamentally took a lot of it to heart. Be nice until it's time not to be nice. and all his he had a code. He's a
Right.
completely, and this one he's just an MMA fighter. It's Roadhouse in name only.
Yeah.
Well,
There's only one way to settle this. Fist fight.
Yeah.
yeah, only one way to settle it. Oh my god.
Serve up hot buffalo wings.
The thing that makes this interesting is how is this going to affect other 80s franchises? Because that's all that Hollywood seems to be making, old stuff, remaking.
I wish they would just leave it alone, man. Just
Mm-hmm.
leave it alone. Every day I thank the Lord, man, that they haven't touched the Warriors yet. Because I know one day they will, and I just, at least not today, right? At least not today. I mean, I hate that they're doing this.
There's already been one Roadhouse sequel, by the way. I remember watching it as a kid. It stars the actor who played Jimmy from That Thing You Do, and he plays Dalton's son. So there is an actual continuation, but I guess they just entirely ignored. Probably
Well,
for the best.
Then what's the script that the Doug Liman bought then? You said he bought this sequel script?
It says this is original script from the original writer in 1986.
So I don't get it. As if they already made a sequel, then what script does he have?
Yeah, presumably
It's a sequel to the original Roadhouse movie.
Right.
But either way, either movie's going to go to streaming anyway, right? They're both going to go straight to streaming. So what does it even matter?
Oh, is it? Is the new one going to streaming?
The first one did.
Amazon? Well, Amazon's doing theatrical releases, so I don't know.
On certain movies.
Project Hail Mary, they're doing that one.
Yeah, they're not going to do it for Roadhouse, too.
This seems like a proxy battle because Doug
they'll do
Liman
it for
doesn't
like
like
a
them.
bigger
You know,
film.
I feel like it's so long ago that they have to launch it as kind of a new thing, and you can't really rely on the fame of the past, that it was a past IP. I just feel like a lot of people today wouldn't recognize it as such. I don't know how the first movie did. I didn't see it, so I don't know if that's if
But
it
it's like a
launched
cult
its
classic.
own renewal. But
Well, that's also
Pain
because
don't hurt.
Roadhouse was never meant to be a sequel or a reboot. It was meant to be a movie set in its time, great film for what it was, and then forgotten about. It was never meant to be redone.
is the new one good or is it bad?
Some people liked it, some people didn't.
It's-
I did not like it.
Patrick Swayze one.
I thought it was fun, but my expectations, I had zero expectations. Zero. But I mean, Roadhouse, there's not some Roadhouse connected universe or like,
No.
it's like, fine. They remake it for another era. Fine. I just think, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point.
They're
Can
looking
they-
for lemons to squeeze.
Right.
I don't mind a good dumb movie if it's enjoyable, right? Like if I can enjoy it, I don't care how dumb it is. I still talk about Madam Web and the fact that I love that movie. I don't care what
We had
anybody
fun.
says. Now, sure, I was high off my ass, but I love that movie, man. And as long as you entertain me, you could be as dumb as you want to be because I'm not going to take it serious. I'll just enjoy it for what it is.
Chris, that movie could have been really good if they had transferred what makes everyone love it, the Dalton character and all of
Right.
his beliefs, the Sam Elliott character, Wade Garrett, like that. If you had actually gotten those dynamics and relationships, you would have got a whole new generation. But instead, it was just Jake Gyllenhaal jacked, beating people up and smiling.
Oh, and don't forget about Conor McGregor, right? I mean, he
poked
was
out of
like
his mind and
the
bless
big
him
draw.
for it. Yeah.
Well, at this point, I just don't understand why they just don't have a news story that's like, I guess, Roadhouse vibes, but it doesn't seem like you need that particular IP to be a success. Like you could have just had I don't know, just launch a new story that's kind of like a similar thing.
If this movie wasn't called Roadhouse and something else, it probably would have done a lot better.
Yeah,
Imagine if
and
it
you don't
was
have to
Cavill
spend the
and
money
Russell
on.
I have an idea. If you're going to modernize it, you have him being the bouncer at IHOPs.
No,
And
no, no,
all
no.
those-
Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Waffle,
Yes,
yeah,
that's
Waffle
very-
House,
Waffle
and all
House,
those crazy black women jumping over
Yeah.
the counter to get at
Oh,
people. That's
Now you got yourself a movie.
that
Yeah.
you got a movie.
And it's relevant. It's
Now
relevant
you've got
to
a
today.
movie. Yeah,
Just call it
Waffle
Waffle
House. All
Finally.
those videos from Waffle House kill me. You need
Yeah,
a
I got
bouncer.
ChatGPT's list of the top 5 '80s movies not remade or sequelized.
Let's hear it. Let's hear
Yeah.
Okay,
it.
here we go. Number
Great.
6. Number 6, Buckaroo Banzai.
Mm.
Number 5, Better Off Dead.
Oh, great
Ah,
film. Great
Number
film.
3, Real
Oh, I love
Genius.
that movie.
Oh,
Ah,
I love
great
that
film.
movie.
Number 2, The Breakfast Club. And then
Okay.
number 1, The Last Starfighter.
Oh, that
wow.
is in
That's a
production
list.
hell right now, though.
That's
Is
a good
it?
list.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a good
one.
that's being made.
Is it?
Yeah,
No,
Unless
it's not
they've
being made.
canceled it.
Well, then I
Well,
can
I know
replace
they
it
want
with,
it to be made, but
I-
Buck Rogers though, that's making leeway finally.
Yeah, I could replace it with My Dinner with Andre.
My only thing though is hasn't the Breakfast Club been like done to death already, like spoofed and
Yeah, well, there've been sort of not remakes, but movies that were inspired by the
right?
concept.
They all
It's
stole
locked
the
into
theme of the
Tenpenny.
Breakfast Club, so I think we could do without that.
Yeah, and Buckaroo Banzai is its own thing. It was the
Yeah.
Tron of its era.
Yeah.
I remember
They
it
did
bombed.
write a sequel,
Well,
and it was
it's-
never made.
right. It's
Mhm.
but it's such a weird fringe thing. I
Oh.
can't see them, but I can see them doing it.
But also that
Because
movie
they're
doesn't
running out
work.
of
That movie doesn't work without Peter Weller.
No, but
It
you
doesn't
still
work
have
without
Professor Lazando. Hello, this is my vest. How are you doing there, Buckaroo Banzai? Go through the 6th dimension.
Clip it.
There you go. I can do John Lithgow. That I can do, ladies and gentlemen.
There is nothing better than when John Lithgow goes over the top.
Oh,
Well, you haven't seen Harry Potter yet.
what would he call Big Booty? Stop calling me Big Booty. Party war, Big Booty. Yeah.
No one goes over the top like Lithgow and Cage.
Oh yeah.
Like those two guys, man.
Oh, that was Big Booty. I love Buckaroo.
In fact, give me a movie with Nicolas Cage and John Lithgow.
That'd be good.
He's busy being
Face off.
Dumbledore.
Face on.
Face on. There you go.
Hey, we're gonna wrap up with one last news story, and then we'll go to final comments here. And everyone is struggling in Hollywood right now, and you're not gonna believe, like, people at all levels. Production has left California. Studios are struggling. Volume stages struggling. People below the line and animals. That's right. Hollywood's animal actors can't find work.
Wow.
Being replaced by AI.
AI.
Well, this is effects basically, but
Visual effects,
this is from the Hollywood Reporter. Out to pasture. Why Hollywood's animal actors can't find work. Badger, we got notes for this.
Wow.
Hollywood's demand for real animal actors has sharply declined, and how trainers, studios, and animal rights groups are responding to the industry shift. While AI and CGI are major new factors, the downturn also ties into COVID, recent strikes, and the overall slowdown in production. Animal actors like Rocco, a dog with credits on Veronica Mars and The Morning Show, are getting far fewer roles. Trainers say business has dropped dramatically, with some reporting only 40% of their pre-pandemic workload. Even reliable species like dogs and cats no longer book jobs the way they used to. Hollywood is increasingly using CGI and digital doubles of animals. Films such as Call of the Wild and Superman have replaced live animal co-stars with computer-generated versions. Studios like the approach because it avoids costs, safety risks, and unpredictable behavior on set. Animal trainers and coordinators argue that real animals bring authentic, emotional performances that digital versions can't truly replicate. Animal rights groups like PETA support the move to digital, believing it will prevent animals from being stressed or harmed on set. Some trainers remain hopeful, saying the emotional impact of real animal acting still matters, especially in genres like family films or westerns. The decline in animal acting is not caused by AI alone. The industry has also been affected by COVID disruptions, 2023 strikes, fewer productions overall, and growing pressure to avoid using wild animals. Together, these shifts have put longtime trainers and rental businesses in a difficult position. Real animal actors are still working, but the industry has changed. Whether the future belongs mostly to CGI animals, real animals, or a blend of both remains to be seen, and the debate over artistry, ethics, and emotion is far from over.
What do you guys think? And I have a follow up to this. Some news you should know. But what do you guys think of this? I mean, it is sort of sad that the crypto is all fake. There's no real crypto.
But then you get a nobody or good boy rather, excuse me, where it's the director's dog, the whole time. Not CGI, right. And you get a very real performance of a dog acting.
Crypto was very good.
Well, on that note, from Variety, Indy, the dog from horror movie Good Boy, asks Oscars to consider animal actors. Throw us a bone, from Clayton Davis. So they're actually mounting an Oscar campaign for the dog from the movie Good Boy. That's crazy.
I think it's important that you use the word mounting.
But what do you guys think of all this? Is because look, like, fine, okay, maybe it's safety issue, whatever, cost issue, but when does this then move to humans? When is it easier? It's gonna start with like second unit. Well, like, we'll do this. Stunt work is gonna be done by, face replacement or AI.
Already.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the beginning.
Mike does his own stunts.
AI is like Thanos.
One at a time, folks.
I'm saying it's inevitable. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like all these actors who are worried about their jobs, good. You should be. You're going to lose your job. AI is coming. It's not even coming. It's here. It's just kind of waiting, right? It's kind of biding its time. They're all going to get replaced at some point.
Well, CGI has already replaced animals. Like CGI has already replaced animals. Lion King and Lion King 2 are proof of that. The Jungle Book as well. All of those animals are CGI. None of them are real. One of my favorite movies is Homeward Bound, and those had animal actors, and I absolutely loved that movie. I completely agree that there is a level of emotion that can be conveyed through actual animals on set, but at the same time, it is cost efficient to just not have the animal on set. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know how much it costs to CGI an animal. It could cost even more.
The Wild?
Yeah.
Is that good?
It looks so fake, though.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't like how that looked, but if it was a good movie, I don't know.
But then there's Milo and Otis.
You can't fight fate, man. I mean, the Reaper is coming.
I mean, for dangerous animals, it already has been. I mean, they had the mechanical shark for Bruce and Jaws. It's been a thing for quite a while because that's safety issues for there, and you're not going to get a wild animal like that to cooperate. But I think it just depends on the project and what you're doing. Like Homeward Bound. Yeah, I think that's different. The emotions that can come through. Cats and dogs are different. It's just different than a lion or a tiger. It's I don't know. And especially a story about them.
If you if you make it look good enough, then it doesn't matter about the animal, right? The animal, who cares? The animal's not getting a paycheck. I think this is a test. I think this is like a testing ground. I think get rid of the animal, see how well we can make them, and I really believe that the humans are next. Look, you can't fight progress, man. And I hate to use that word and with talking about AI, but you can't fight it.
No, my only concern is we are systematically removing craft from movies.
Sure.
Actors no longer can dance. They can't sing. They can't do the stuff they used to be able to do.
They can't smoke. They can't have sex.
Not even talking about that. That's different kind of craft. But animal training, the miracles that they did in Homeward Bound. I mean, that's a fantastic movie.
The Amazing Dobermans.
Air Bud.
Yeah.
And or Old Yeller. I mean, you're gonna cry in that movie. So I totally agree. This is where we're heading. But to me, it's just another craft, another job lost. I feel badly about that.
I think that like animals will get work in commercials. I think eventually that's where it's going. They're no longer going to be in movies unless the director specifically wants a live animal on set, like a dog or a cat or whatever. They're going to end up being cast in commercials or ads, or whatever. Like that's where they're going to get the bulk of their work, because it's just easier for if you have an animal in a script and you need it to react a certain way. It's just easier to CGI that animal in, and you don't have to rely on a trainer or something on set to get the animal to react a certain way. It's just it would be easier that way. But at the same time, just like we long for practical effects, I think that it's going to be the same thing with animals. Like, oh man, I wish they had a real dog, and that it would have made such a bigger difference. You know what I mean? So it's a double-edged sword, I guess.
Look,
Well,
we all saw the movie Nope, right? Like I think that, you know, instead of working with a crazy chimpanzee who'll rip your face off, you know, you CGI the chimp instead, and now you got something safe, right? I don't really have a problem with animals not working in Hollywood. I think who cares? They're hard to work with. You need somebody to train them at all time. They shit everywhere. So no, really. I mean, why not just CGI these bastards and be done with it, man? Like I just don't think animals are a big priority when it comes to making movies in Hollywood.
What was the rule? Never work with children or animals?
Yeah.
Scene stealers.
Yeah, in fact, let's think about our favorite animal actors, and I'll put them down on a list.
The dog from Beethoven, the golden retriever from Air Bud.
Beethoven. Oh my god, number one. Oh my gosh, the dog from Beethoven. I love that.
I keep going.
Oh, Turner and Hooch.
Yeah.
Turner and Hooch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's such a good
Eddie
It had its
Fraser.
market. It had its market.
I think it just depends on the story. I don't know if there's a ton of animal based story. If the story itself is centered around just purely the relationship, like Turner and Hooch, I mean that is, I think you can't beat the real thing, and it does require a bit more training, I guess, from that. But that's what your whole story is. So like, why even bother telling the story if you can't? If it won't even the authenticity of it.
But if you've
won't shine
lost all
through.
the people with the craft capable of doing it, it's like trying to rebuild the Sistine Chapel and trying to find stonemasons that don't exist anymore.
It's
so
a couple
suddenly what
generations
will
of
happen is
dying.
that there'll be a plethora of movies all with CGI animals, and there's going to be one big budget movie where you actually have to have a real animal, and there's nobody else around who's can do it anymore.
All I'm saying is Jurassic Park made me believe that dinosaurs are real. So I mean, if you could do that, you could probably make a dog that looks somewhat realistic.
Yeah, Call of the Wild. There you go.
Yeah. It makes a difference in the actors' performances as well when they're acting across an actual animal as opposed to CGI. You saw that in the Jungle Book, right? Because the little boy had to be coached into, reacting to all of these different animals, and sure, it was fine, but it was just fine. Whereas the actors in Homeward Bound, like the children actors, are actually have an animal on set so they can react to it. The performances, it makes a difference in an actor's performance as well. So,
and a lot of actors are portraying creatures. So like they're human actors that are playing, well, like Golem or the apes in Planet of the Apes franchise. There's a human in there, and that's again, it's just like depends on the story and what the parameters are when it comes to that. But yeah, I don't think, regardless of the technology that's used and how to portray performance, nothing beats the human touch. That's what will sell it and what makes us believe the story.
Yeah, we just have to keep Roddy McDowell alive to be able to keep doing apes.
That's right. As we wrap up, let's go to Soups here.
John Orchard for 5. Chris, I think the Star Trek, the original series, sounds like radio is because you had watched it so many times. First, you know what you are hearing. Thoughts?
Well, not entirely true. In film school, my professor said, listen to the audio of the Star Trek TV shows. It's written, look, it's a Western in space, and you can get from the plot a lot of it in the dialogue. Others have said that, so it's not an original thought from me. But thanks, John. Appreciate that.
Websta for 10 saw Back to the Future in IMAX last week and was reminded of how good the pacing and writing is. Everything spoken or shown is pushing the story forward or developing the characters. Yeah, it's a masterpiece.
Well, Back to the Future is the perfect movie. So
yeah,
it is.
If there's
it's the only movie I call perfect.
Funny and Dark for 199. Elaine, my book is 500 pages about a princess.
Wow, congratulations. Yeah. I would love to be able to do that.
Is there a minotaur in this book?
Is there milking of it? Polly.
Oh no, you've seen the trend.
Paul, if you could read that.
Chato, how about them Fuck you.
Thanks, Paulie.
Nice. MK Solid for 5. Chris, Elvira hooked up with Elvis and many men over the decades. She had a kid with the guy. I think the gayness is all for attention. I don't buy it.
Oh.
Agreed.
She might have switched teams. I mean, we don't know.
Dark
Yeah.
Hierophant, member
Could
for
be
21
genuine.
months. If they
Might be
remake The Warriors, get Stelhesky. Just don't remake it.
You know what? Or don't.
Taylor?
Or
don't,
just
yeah.
don't. Don't we make it at all?
He wants
What?
his money.
I paid you.
Where's my money, man?
No, we need a bigger super chat for that.
Yeah, come on, Paulie. Thank you, Paulie.
$2. Come on.
Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for 5. And Apocalypto. Mel Gibson actually had his actor run from a real jaguar. The look on the actor's face is genuine fear and adrenaline.
Wow.
So it can be done.
Yeah, but I mean, contact me if the payment method didn't work and the pigeon didn't arrive on time.
Once again,
Okay,
Die Hard.
if you're
they
working
drop-
if you're working with a real jaguar, you've messed up somewhere.
And real quick, as we wrap up, our shop, go to shop.filmthread.com, is newly revamped.
Oh, look
In
at
Yeah.
time
that.
for Christmas.
It's time for Christmas. We have Award This is on there. The nominees will be announced, I think, after November 10th.
Oh boy.
We've got holiday themed Film Thread shirts and hoodies, and the Final Frontier Funeral for a Franchise exclusive shirts. We've got the classic gold, blue, and red shirts. Pick your color, and even we've got a mug, the Final Frontier. There we go. A Funeral for a Franchise. That is coming up soon. We'll announce that. The date of that, it'll be sometime in December. So a lot going on there. Everyone, plug your channels as we wrap up.
Hey guys, Dante from Verbal Riot. Follow me YouTube, Rumble, and X, and be on the lookout for my show Wednesday with George.
Oh, you're muted.
I
Steph.
agree with Steph.
It's all good.
You're good now.
You're good.
Oh, okay. Steph, my nerdy home. Come and check me out over on YouTube. I have nerdy news on Wednesday. So, yeah.
Come and watch me at Call Me Chato. And my favorite film that is perfect is When Harry Met Sally.
Ooh, that's another good perfect. one.
Hi, I'm Elaine. You can find me here on YouTube at Nerd Cookies, where I chat about sci-fi and fantasy news theories and lore. Check it out. Thanks again for having me.
Thank you.
Badgercast coming up in 30 minutes. We'll be talking about all the things. There's nothing to talk about, but we'll talk about all of the nothing that there's to talk about. It'll be great.
Alan, Film Thread, perfect movie, Casablanca.
Yeah.
Blanca.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Great show as usual. We'll be back next week. Alan and I are seeing Predator Badlands tonight. We
Want to
will
see?
do an out of the theater
Awesome.
reaction
Nice.
to that movie. We'll let you know. We'll talk about it on
Because we're all excited
Wednesday
about it.
Wednesday and Friday.
Thanks for having me on.
And thank you, Paul, for coming on. Appreciate you.
You guys are great.
Anytime.
We've got to have you back when Fackham Hall drops.
I'll be seeing it. And I just
Awesome.
want to tell everyone, Elaine's boots never come off. Just you should know.
What are you talking about? Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week. Alan?
Let's get out of here.